Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys a reading today. And this one is called What Was Left Unsaid Between You. So this is obviously going to be about a connection that you have with another person where there may have been some sort of a falling out where you guys are either no longer in contact, complete separation, or maybe you just kind of aren't really sure, what the other person is thinking. So we're definitely going to tap into somebody from your past and just see what the situation is. So we're going to go ahead and first take a look at the history and what went down in your situation with your person. So this reading is either going to resonate with you or it won't. So don't try to make it fit and just take what resonates and get rid of anything that doesn't. All the decks I'm going to be using here today, as well as this beautiful organite, will be listed down below. So let's get into it. We're going to take a look and see what is the history with what went down in your situation with this person. All right, let's take a look at the details. What went down with your person in this situation? That way we can see, are we tapped into your situation? Oh, we have the invasive spectators. So it could be, you guys, that there was some kind of invasive energy that affected your connection. This could be like family members, friends. It can be third party. It doesn't have to be. But third party, you guys, can be family members or friends or just people that are influential, right? That create either drama or some sort of a setback. But all I know is that there's a vibe of other people. That may be, and I have on the bottom of the deck, this spiteful lover. Some of you guys, this could have been a very spiteful friend, family member, or even ex that got in the way of this connection. But who really gets in the way? It's what we allow to get in the way. So I just want to kind of remind you guys of that. So let's go ahead and get some more information here. Let's see. Ooh, we have the lurking nightmare. So this is talking about maybe something that was lurking in the shadows, right? I do have a tarot deck that's called Lurking in the Shadows, so that's kind of funny to me. But yeah, something was lurking and maybe you were aware of it. Maybe some of you guys weren't aware of it. And I feel like it might have been lurking around even before you got involved with this person. So it was already like a pre-existing condition or a pre-existing connection or relationship or situation that this person had. And it was just lurking around, kind of waiting to attack. And we have these octopus tentacles. And I feel like the octopus, it's like multiple things. There's multiple situations, multiple people, multiple factors that created a nightmare in the end. Okay, very interesting. So let's continue. What else? Oh, look, the romantic rivals. So there's some kind of rival for your connection with this person. I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is probably a romantic person from your past, like an ex, a situation, right? But there was a rival, and this rival it didn't have to actually be like a person that was romantically involved with your individual. I'm not sure why. It just seems like the screen is like lopsided. I apologize if that's the way it's looking. But anyways, I'm not going to screw around with that the whole entire reading. But this to me is, see this tree energy, 3. It's almost like there's someone in the way. Okay, there's a rival. There's someone in the way. And this got in the way of your connection. And it was lurking around and you may not have been aware of it. You may have not been aware that when maybe you got together with this person that they had, let's just say, a jealous ex or a spiteful person in their life that was going to try to create a problem or an issue for you guys. But I feel like this is obviously something that happened here. All right. So let's go ahead and get some more information here. Let's get some more information on this situation. What went down in your situation with this person? Okay, well, we have purified soul. It says angelic healing, shining inner light. So I feel like there was this feeling of like a fallen angel, right? Like send me an angel, and you come into this person's life, they come into yours, and it feels really pure. That's the thing. And I feel like because something got in the way, something that was lurking, either an unresolved issue with someone else, someone from their past, or some sort of a behavior that wasn't, like a behavior that was a toxic pattern or behavior, got in the way here. right? So essentially, I feel when you and your individual probably got together, they may have felt a lot of relief with you coming in. Meeting you kind of made them feel better. It made them feel like you were a fallen angel. That's what I'm getting here, like saving them in some sort of way. That's kind of interesting. All right, let's see what else. Ooh, look at this. I've like been waiting for somebody like you. Someone like you. Okay, that's kind of, that's funny to me. I actually thought about that movie this morning, Someone Like You. It's with Ashley Judd, Greg Kinnear, and I think Hugh, what's his name? The guy that plays Wolverine, right? I can't remember his name for some reason. Hugh Jackman, yeah. Really interesting movie. She's all into that one guy, and the third party energy is the fact that he wasn't done with his ex. So I gotta say, you guys, that the reason that I'm thinking of this movie, and that I'm thinking of this movie when I see this card, because it happens to be the movie I was even thinking of this morning, there has to be some sort of a connection to that. Some of you guys, an ex-partner, an ex-lover got in the way of your connection. Somebody wasn't 100% done with their ex. They may have gotten involved with you, and they really were kind of hoping for the best. They were hoping that they were over their ex, or they were hoping that maybe their ex never came back. But I feel like they came back into the mix, and it created a distance between the two of you. Because in the movie, Greg Kinnear is really into Ashley Judd at first, and he's happy and everything's great and he's ready to move on. And then all of a sudden, his ex comes back into the mix and he starts distancing himself from her. So it turns into like, it goes from a dream to a total freaking nightmare in the end for her. Ooh, it was really bad. So I feel like that movie and the theme or the plot has something to do with your situation. Okay. It's not going to be for everybody, but that's what I'm getting. We have forward footsteps. And what it did is it basically started to create a block for you guys moving forward. Like you guys couldn't really move forward anymore. You couldn't take any more steps forward because obviously there was this block in the situation. So let's go ahead and get some tarot details here. Let's see. This is my Divine Masculine Tarot and Ascension Journey. Let's see. Ooh. Do I have what it takes? Okay, so somebody felt like they just didn't have the strength to carry on. That's Leo's energy. So you guys could have been dealing with a Leo, but whatever this is somebody who doesn't feel like they have the confidence or the courage to maybe tell you to your face, to be honest with you that this is what's really happening, that this is going down. It's like somebody just kind of became cowardice and maybe ran in another direction, ghosted you, didn't get back to you, just kind of let you question everything and didn't really explain themselves, okay? Because even in the movie, he asks her out for New Year's Eve and he totally blows her off and she's just left hanging literally when the clock strikes midnight, and she just feels like a fool when she sees him again at work the next day. So I feel like maybe somebody could have left you hanging all night long and you were just questioning what happened and you didn't get an explanation, some of you at all, or some of you guys did get an explanation, but you may have had to like really, go after this person, or it was just after the fact. Very interesting. We have the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles, I have a plan for us. I do feel like this person in the beginning did have a plan for you guys, right? But the Page is kind of like, they're thinking about it. It's they're not the knight. They're not making it happen yet. It's not the queen or the king who's really pushing forward to experience this life together. But I do feel like this person did have some sort of a plan. And I feel like things did not go as planned because of this past person or rival energy, third party interruption that came through. We would make a great team. So I don't want you guys to feel like this individual didn't really value you or see you as somebody that would be a great partner. But I feel like something that wasn't completely done for them, such as a karmic relationship or a tie, because that wasn't completely dealt with or over, it's almost like they felt a stronger pull to stay with that person or go back to that person, or to kind of stay and cope in the ways that they cope, such as, I'm no good at relationships, or I'll probably not be able to make you happy. It's just easier to just kind of sabotage this and go in another direction, because not everybody is this a third party situation, but I just feel like there is something that is causing this person to either sabotage this or pull away. And I just feel like at the end of the day, it's a cowardice type of energy. Like they just didn't have enough strength and courage and confidence to really put their best foot forward with you. They thought about it. They looked at you and thought, we would make a great team. This would be really great. Let's do this. But then when it came to executing this, they pulled back. That's what I'm seeing. All right, you guys. So now let's go into the, what is something that your person wishes they could have told you at the end of the day? Because I feel like for some of you guys, you were left hanging. You were left hanging and they didn't say too much to you. And that really, really sucked for you. But that's what I'm seeing. So let's just get the energy here with what is something your person wishes that they could have told you or maybe explained to you at the time. Let's look at this energy. We have stability. Okay, so they're wishing that they could have maybe explained to you that they just were not stable enough at the time to basically make it work with you. Their foundation was not as strong as maybe they led you to believe. And I just feel with that strength energy, kind of like, do I have what it takes? I just feel like at the end of the day, they were actually not as strong as they made you think that they were. Okay. Kind of like a false kind of persona that they put out there. They wanted to appear strong to you, but at the end of the day, it's like they turned out to kind of be a little weak. And so I feel like something they wish they could say to you is that they could have just been honest with you and told you that they actually they weren't that strong, or they had some issues here. Yeah. And I feel like if they could go back in time, and just predict what happened, they would have done it differently for sure. I feel like they didn't plan for this to happen. They really didn't. Whatever they did, so it's not like we're making it okay because, if they could just go back and change it, they would do it differently. But that's just really what I'm getting here. If they could have predicted that things rolled out and happened the way that it did with you, I feel like they would have made different choices for sure. I feel like whatever they may have gone back to, or whatever happened after you, it didn't last anyway. So it was kind of like all for nothing. Like they lost you for nothing. I just got that. They lost you for nothing. So if they would have, this is on one of my cards for my twin flame journey messages. If I would have known then what I know now, I would have made different choices. That's what's coming to me. Yes. They would have fought harder. Look at this. They would have taken a stand. They wouldn't have backed down. They also wouldn't have let this either hater or this negative energy that they knew wasn't good for them. They wouldn't have let it come in and disrupt what you guys had going on. But they didn't feel strong enough at the time to basically fight back. And they wish that they would have been stronger, and they could have said, this is my life, and I don't want to get back together with you, X person, whoever that is, if that's your story. Or you know what? I'm not going to let this sabotaging behavior of mine get in the way and ruin what's good. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to fight against that. So I feel like if your person could explain something to you, is that their behavior was because of their own weakness, not because you weren't worth it or because you weren't good enough. All right, let's see what else. We have sensual. Okay, so even if this person went on to other situations, or they just kind of moved past your situation or connection, they still felt an attraction for you, okay? They still thought about the intimate times that you had together. I got to be honest with you guys. If they did go back to an ex, they were still thinking about how great the sensuality was between the two of you. And I feel like it made them miss you a lot. Okay. But it was like a little too late at that point. So they wish that they could have told you perhaps that, they actually had a lot of feelings still for you. It didn't take it away, basically, because of the decision that they made. Okay, we have it's time. They also wish that at the time they could have done things differently, of course. At the time, they wish that they could have just, okay, what I just got is, it's like right person, wrong time. Right person, wrong time. Like you were the right person, but it was at the wrong time in their life. And unfortunately, they just were not strong enough to take a stand and do things differently. They just weren't. We have the Nine of Coins. So the Nine of Coins is, of course, the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is someone who's really strong on their own. And I just feel at the time your person really wasn't. They weren't self-sufficient. They didn't feel like they were in their power. They just didn't feel like they were mature enough at that time to basically do it differently. So I feel like one of the things that they're unspoken words to you is that they wish that they could have told you that they just actually were not as mature or as strong as they made, or as you thought they might have been. You know, they just couldn't do it any other way, unfortunately. So it's like, stop blaming yourself. It was them, actually. We have mystery. Ooh, okay. So what I'm getting here is that you became a mystery to this person. You may have just pulled away. You may not have chased this person. You may have just also moved on with your life, went into another direction. You may have just disappeared. So what I'm getting is that your individual may have burned a bridge with you because of some sort of behavior on their part. And what it did is it created this like just mystery now of, you know, what happened to you. Like you just disappeared like a magician poof, like you disappeared into thin air and they don't really know what happened to you, or they didn't really know how you felt about them. And I just feel like they wish that they would have done things differently, went out differently, ended things with you differently, because it really created, it's like the bridge was burned. And so even if they wanted to come back, it's like they couldn't come back because too much damage was done. So they wish that they would have gone out differently with you, is what I'm seeing with that. We have shooting star. I do feel like, yeah, that's a wish. I wish I would have done it differently. So I wish I would have done it differently is the whole situation around that. And with the Four of Coins, they never let go of you either. Yeah. And I also feel like, you know, it says creature of habit. They just went back to what was safe. And it doesn't, again, have to be another person. It could be, I went back to just like wanting to be single and just like playing the field and not really wanting to settle down, or going back to like, you know, abusing different things, substances, things like that, to just kind of like be free and not have to deal with my feelings. But for some of you guys, yeah, it was just easier to actually just kind of stay with what was safe, easy, predictable. And they always, when they went back, I feel like they always kind of like wondered, like, what if they would have just stayed with you and saw this situation through, what would have happened? So I do feel like it's kind of left them with this feeling of, I wonder. So I feel like they have wondered about you because of the way that they went out and handled this whole entire situation. So I feel like they definitely have some regrets here. And we have patience. Okay, so the patience. They wish that they would have maybe felt like they may have dealt with something a little bit differently. Yes, I keep getting that over and over again in this reading, but they wish that they would have like maybe not moved so quickly with you, even though they were really enjoying it. Maybe they should have not allowed themselves to get so involved with you if they knew that they were struggling in another area, or that they had somebody from their past still that they were just kind of trying to get over, or just a lot of issues from an ex, you know, some kind of previous trauma, or just hang-ups. They really wish that they would have maybe gone a little bit slower with you. So that way, perhaps it wouldn't have gotten so like, you know, 100%, meaning like we go full speed and then it's like an immediate stop. They feel like they wish that they would have kind of eased more into this whole situation with you, so it didn't feel so abrupt, right? That way it wouldn't have felt so, what's the word I'm looking for? Just so abrupt. Yeah. Because I feel like they really didn't put the brakes on, and they really were, yeah, see, that's what it is. They had a lot of baggage. and they wish that they would have taken things slower with you and maybe properly dealt with their baggage before getting fully involved. So I just feel like they were full throttle and they didn't put the brakes on. And so in the end, when they couldn't do this, then all of a sudden it was just like, bam, an immediate freaking like screech halt in the street. And that, of course, is more, you feel that a lot more when a car is going freaking 80 miles an hour and you just hit the brakes, right? Instead of just kind of cruising and then you ease into the stop. So for some reason, I feel like this individual, the way that they handled your situation from start to finish really freaking sucked. That's what I'm getting here. It just really sucked. And I don't feel like they meant to do it. It's just what happened. Yeah, we have the King of Cups. I just feel here that this individual, they were not emotionally balanced at the time. They were not emotionally mature. They hadn't mastered their emotions. They hadn't mastered their heart space and done that healing that they needed to do. There was too much baggage here. So I just feel wrong time, like you were the right person, but it was the wrong time for them to get involved with you. And I just feel like something that they wish that they could say to you is that I wish I would have done everything differently. I wish I would have handled this differently. And I'm so sorry that I didn't know enough. I wasn't mature enough at the time. So this could be somebody that you dated when you were much younger and they were much younger or something, and they've grown a lot and matured a lot since then. But anyways, you guys, that's what we have so far. So we're going to go ahead and shift on over into the extended. If you guys would like to join me over there, we're going to focus a little bit more on what has happened to them since the two of you have parted ways. So separate ways. What have they experienced? What have they gone through? What have they learned? Have they matured emotionally? What's gone on? Have they missed you incredibly? Things like that, thought of you. Then we're going to go into the confessional, which is what do they want to express to you today? So we already know that they feel bad about this stuff, but like what else do they want you to know from their heart and soul if they could just say anything? And then the plan, which is what does your person assume that you think and feel about them now? And how will this play a key role in your future with them? So I will put that link to the extended reading down below. And thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you guys over there. Take care. Bye-bye.